Hey everybody, it's Stautmeister here, and what I'm gonna do right now is I've dropped the puzzle on Reddit, Facebook, and the Solforge forum, and in this video I am going to explain how I got to that board state because I think it's pretty revolutionary. I don't think it's been done before what I'm going to do. Note that it probably won't work in a real game, but this is not a real game. This is just a game I'm setting up against myself, where I play this deck versus myself, so I can adjust the rules a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you how to create this board state. The deck is about Sorrow Harvester. Let's see, discard. Like the other deck is the Omega deck. People have seen it. You can create infinite Omegas with it, and that's how you get the Omegas. Now, this one is about Soul Harvesters, Soul Harvesters, Soul Harvest, and a combo that you can use to get there. Now, while I'll play, I'll try and go over the combo, because what you effectively have to do is thin your deck to 21 cards. It can be done with more cards, but it's really important that you thin your deck. Let's see. Shallow Grave. Let's do this. Because now I should have thinned here, but there's also some other cards that you need to level, which make it slightly more difficult. On the other side, I still need to not die and get everything up. Because what happens is Sorrow Harvesters have a pretty interesting interaction. And the interaction is that if they die at the same time, all the procs go off. So that effectively means if you go Xithian Tormentor in Sorrow Harvester 4 on the board, that means you draw 16 cards. Now, if you have 5 cards in hand, 4 Sorrow Harvesters on the board, you play a Tormentor, you draw your entire deck. So you can really control what your deck is going to do. As a consequence, I don't really want to put this in. As a consequence, you can force infinite. Now, the difficult part is that the requirement is in fact having to get there. Like, you need all the cards leveled. You need 3 Shallow Graves, 3 Soul Harvests. Let's do it like this. So we do some more. This is a shame. This really screwed me over. Maybe I can get some more cards leveled. Because what I'm doing now is just leveling the correct cards and trying to get everything that I need in my deck. So I'm not getting there yet in player level 3. That's too soon, because the amount of actions you have, you'd effectively need a god to your draw to make it happen. So in the meantime, I'll just continue with getting all the cards leveled for the Omega setup, because it of course takes 2 sides. On the one side there's the Omega, and on the other side it allows us to draw more cards. Short, so we thin, and we want to thin some more. So now we're just leveling the Soul Harvest, the Shallow Graves, and on the other side we're just trying to get up the Echoes, and we've got some time to level all these cards. Eventually, the Omega is actually the easiest part to assemble. Because in this case, we need to actually just fill up the board with Sorrow Harvesters. Like here, you get to go. This is the easy part, actually. So we're just thinning a bit as well here. Because we still need to get everything in order for the Omega. Now this is a slow process, it's not optimal. Here you can see a small taste of what happened. So Shallow Grave, we Soul Harvest, which means we now at 3 plays total. And we draw cards. We go to Shallow Grave, so now we have 2 plays. And now we have 1 play left. Now we've got 0 plays left. But yeah, okay, so another stuff dies. And you see what we're attempting to do here. Now, the deck isn't there yet, and the deck is not even close to being there yet. Oh, but we're getting there. It helps that I'm capable of doing this, like Soul Harvest, Shallow Grave, Soul Harvest. I didn't count correctly, but I should be able to do another Soul Harvest and another Soul Harvest. Shallow Grave, Soul Harvest. So we're actually getting really far here. Like, we're getting really close. There's not too many overload cards, so we're just gonna do this. And what else? I think we're gonna drop. Oh, let's do this. And we got some more plays. So yeah, this is how we do it. And let's replace him with the Harvester. Now, and another Harvest. If I had another play, I could, yeah, okay. So I could have already gotten it here, because what I could have done is play a Tormenter, draw my entire deck. I still have a play left, which means all the Soul Harvesters and Shallow Graves are here. So I could have actually done here what I'd never done before. That's go off in player level 3. I don't think it's possible now, because I didn't count my plays correctly. I need to relook at it. If I don't know, I could take the chance. If I get it off now, but the other deck isn't there. So let's see if we can get a Pulse off. Yeah, okay, so Sonic Pulse, move him over. Oh, let's just Soul Harvest. Because we still need some. On this side now we're actually behind on Omega. I think people have seen Omega, so this is just gonna be the Echo, so we can guarantee that we get all the Soul Harvesters that we need. Now we are getting closer here. So another Echo, another Pulse. So now we've got a board state that we can close the guarantee. So now we go off. If I play a Xithian Tormenter here, we go off. I'm not sure if I can do it with the other deck, but this is what you do. You have a full board and you only have 16 cards in your deck. You play a Tormentor. Could have even played Shallow Grave here, but this is just to show you that it does better. Then you've got 2 more plays. You've got 1 more play because you played the Tormentor. So you Soul Harvest, so you have 2 more plays. This Shallow Grave because it's free, Shallow Grave because it's free, Soul Harvest. Now you have 2 more plays. Now you play another Soul Harvester, you play Shallow Grave, and you Soul Harvest. Now you get to draw more cards. And as you can see, with 3 cards, we can just keep doing this. You can Shallow Grave and then Soul Harvest. And as you can see here, we have now drawn the entire deck, and we're getting an infinite amount of plays. So as soon as I could have done this in 3.3, but I'm now doing it in 3.4 in 4.2, which is reasonable. Like the main thing is you can do it with more cards in your deck because you can use with 3 or 4 Sorrow Harvesters on the board. You can turn Sorrow effectively into a Meta-Mind Adept, where if you kill one Sorrow Harvester, you get an X amount of cards. You can Soul Harvest, do another Sorrow, get another X amount of cards. So the core of Sorrow-finity, I don't know, Harvest-finity, Sorrow-finity, Abom-finity, is turning your Suzies into Meta-Mind Adepts, thus removing the need for Loyan and the Surgeon and the Lucids. And with the Overload card, you don't even need the Surzals. As you've seen, you can do it without. The Surzals just help by giving you card draw in the mid game. Because now, all I can do is just Soul Harvest, and I will draw my deck every time. So what we're gonna do now is, and this took me so long, you play a card, you Shallow Grave, you Soul Harvest. Because you draw 3 cards, you effectively always get the card that you play. And let's Soul Harvest, Shallow Grave, Soul Harvest, and let's just in case, we're just gonna play another Abomination because now you get 4 cards. This gives us a little bit more wiggle room. Like if we make a misplay, we get to draw 4 cards, so now we can play 2 cards and be fine. Alright, so there's the Wagyu level 3, we place him, and then the really boring part of Shallow Grave, Soul Harvest, Druid's Chant. Shallow Grave. Where's my Soul Harvest? Oh wait. So it's there, but it didn't show up because sometimes it bugs out, so I need to re-enter. Hopefully it's not bugged. Hopefully I can enter. Yes, okay, so there it is. Soul Harvest because it's Shallow Grave. Druid's Chant. See, the Soul Harvest disappears weirdly enough. And there it is again. Druid's Chant, Shallow Grave, Soul Harvest. Druid's Chant, Shallow Grave, Soul Harvest. Oh, you get the drift here, right? It's a shame that it's a little bit bugged. Soul Harvest, and now you can make your Wagyu as big as you'd like. You could add Explosive Demise. This is your 1-turn kill. So get 4 Sorrow Harvesters on the board, get 21 card deck, level 2 Soul Harvest or 3. I'm not sure on the math yet. I have to calculate it correctly because you have everything played on the 2 Shallow Graves on a single Soul Harvester. Then get more Soul Harvesters out. So Shallow Grave, and now I need to return because these guys disappeared. Fix it. Let me do my combos without having to exit and enter. And it's also said Solforge not responding. Alright, so Soul Harvest. Suddenly there's another soul. Like the Soul Harvest just disappears. So now it's at 480. I need a bit more life because what I'm gonna do on the other side is get a massive board. Like I need, it's gonna do 320 in damage, so I need more life than that. So I need more life than 320 just in case we fuff up the math and we need to return. So this video is a bit longer than I would want it to be, but now you have an idea how long it took for me to do this. So I need to do it one more time. I think I need one more proc because he'll only do 320. Yeah, this is it. Alright, so now as you can see here, this is how I did it. This is how I did the one side of the board. Then I press battle, I press turn. Let's save the screenshot. I'm just saving the screenshot. Okay, so we end the turn. Yes, we end the turn. Now we go to the other side, and we should be able to get the infinite here as well. So if we got two more plays still. So now I had to do it on the other side. So that's two more plays. That's three more plays. And do I have another? Yeah, I do have another adapt at first. Now this should boost me ahead to get there because I have more plays. No, I miscalculated. Okay, so I screwed up, which is slightly problematic. If I had done my calculations correctly and focused a bit more on this side rather than on the other side, counted my plays, I would have been able to go infinite here. I was actually almost there. There's probably, yeah, there's two energy surges. So if I'd hit one of those surges, I'd actually make it, but I didn't, which is a shame. Now, what I could do is go all over it again. But what I did on the screenshot is I went infinite with Omega. I played 5 Omegas. I pressed battle, which means the Wagyu took damage. I cleared the rest of the board so you wouldn't see the Sorrow Harvesters. And then I pressed this. I entered the Scream, and then I actually had a comparable hand. I cast double Shallow Grave. I casted a Chant. I had 2 Tormentors left, and I pressed that, and that was it. And this is the solution to the puzzle, and also a new revolutionary way to go infinite, using overload cards to get your deck to 21 cards, and then trying to get 4 Sorrow Harvesters on the board, and using Xithian Tormenter to instantly proc your entire deck, following up with Shallow Graves and Soul Harvest. So it didn't go completely as planned because I fuffed up my mouth on the Omega Infinite, but you can do this. Now what this means is that in the past it was only Aloyan plus X Faction that could do infinite combos, and you would have to have free play, so you can cast Surge, free play, Surge, free play, Surge, free play, which meant Ice Torrent or using the mech, the Hinterland Watchman with a buff, or Crypt Conjurer Soul Harvest. That's the exception. Crypt Conjurer Soul Harvest, you didn't. Of course, you can add Crypt Conjurer to the shell and do the same, but then just plays A1finity, or Xithian as it's used to call. What this deck opens up is NT combos. This means play a level 4 Circe Violent Outburst, Circe Staff of Varus Violet Outburst, because you can generate an infinite amount of plays as long as you keep 3 Sorrow Harvesters on the board. Maybe with 2, but I haven't tried it. Like, yeah, I can see if you go Sorrow Harvester and then double Shallow Grave it, but 3 guarantees 1 infinite play, because you can play 1 card every single turn. You do a Shallow Grave Soul Harvest. So NT, Staff of Varus Violent Outburst Circe, killing someone instantly and out of nowhere. You can do this. Wagyu, Giant Growth, Explosive Demise. It just opens up NU and NT combo decks. And it's difficult to get there, but once you do, like you can see, I just made a 992 Wagyu out of nowhere. The best part is, I can do this all over again. Well, not now. Like, I could have just gotten Shallow Grave on the Sorrow Harvesters, cast the tormentors, boom, draw my entire deck. I can start it all over again. So all you need is the Sora Harvesters and you go infinite. And this is also the answer to the puzzle. So for if you guessed it, good job. If you didn't, well, yeah, who thinks of this? So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. And I'd say go out and combo. Try and do this to your opponents in real life. And if you do, let me know, because screenshot it, or because it will probably never happen, but it's just really, really cool. So have a good night, everyone, and we battle.